What's up, bitches? What's up, bitches? I don't know what this video is going to be about. You know, it's like every time I roll a video, I just like just hit record, and that's all there is to it. I don't make any notes or anything like this. It's weird because it's like it's turned into the complete opposite of how it used to be. Hold on, let me get centered. Because I've got a bit of. I just ate some spaghetti bolognese. And yes, it was really nice. I started out by typing. See, because my diary wasn't like what I'd done, where I'd been, who I'd spoken to, what they'd said, blah, 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 blah. Right, my diary was thoughts and ideas, and quite creative, you know. I used to write the shit down. It's just a flow. I used to just type it. I'm not saying my videos were any good at that time because, like, I've just been through. I've just been through my computer, deleting every. This is my plan. I've deleted, I don't know how many I've deleted, probably about 1, 2, 3, 4. I've deleted 120 videos. I have. I've deleted 120 videos. No, actually, I tell a lie. I've deleted 119 videos. I left the very latest one that I shot because I felt that it was a good video. Okay. Bitches don't care what you think. No, well, whatever. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, so I'm not saying that my videos were ever any good because clearly I don't think so because I've been deleting them all, but like, I used to type and it just used to flow and I'd get pages and I just put my phone at the bottom of my computer screen and just read what I typed onto a YouTube video. And it's like, now it's the complete opposite. I write zero down, I make zero notes, I have zero ideas of what I'm going to say in the video, I contrive nothing, okay? And I just start talking and see what comes out, you know, because like, I watch, ow, I've pinched, I see that, pinched my skin. It's only a weak elastic, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, what the fuck am I saying? Yeah, I don't contrive nothing, you know. Don't even think of like a... No, oh yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube, right? And I learn a hell of a lot from what I've seen. And I can feel... These are spiritual videos. And I can feel how these spiritual videos change... Well, what happens is they change the way I think, I guess. Or should I be saying they change the way I feel? I don't know. I think thinking is like, to me, thinking can also mean like decision making, but decision making doesn't have to actually require any thought. It can just be like an energy that makes you do something or wait to think now's not the time, but without words, and sort of like just leave it until the right... Like, for example, like in a conversation, right? People are talking, and when they're talking, I'm not thinking. You know, because, like, if I'm thinking when they're talking, right, I can't hear what they're saying. Simple, right? So I don't think while people are talking, right? Not people I'm close to when I'm really invested in the conversation, you know, and I want, when I want to be a part of the conversation, I'm gonna be doing that, right? So I wait for a gap. And when a gap arrives, you know, it's just on faith. It's just on faith that when a gap arrives, I'm going to say something. You know, I'm pretty confident. When a gap arrives, I'm gonna say something, you know, or ask, like, a lot of it is like just asking open questions about what the people are saying, trying to dig a bit more, get more out of them, you know, get them to open up more, you know what I mean? Because I find people are not very open, you know what I'm saying? You know, and talking about myself as well, you know, talking about myself, talking about my own ideas and things, you know, me talking too, you know, though I'm 43 years old, but I'm very, very inexperienced at conversation. I mean, amazingly inexperienced at conversation. I literally didn't start having conversations with people till I was like 41 years old. Literally, you know, and I'd even go as far as to say it could be some kind of miracle that I ever started, you know. So what I'm thinking now is, should I say the next bit, you know? Should I sort of like be like all on the defensive and say like, well, like, you know, well, I'm trying my best, you know, and like, you know, I'm getting better at it. You know what I mean? But at the moment, other people are hugely monopolizing the conversation. Well, I don't know. I think that's a bit negative. I think that's not quite true, to be honest. Anyways, what the fuck am I talking about anyway? Yeah, so it's not a thought, is it? It's like I think it becomes subconscious. You have a thought to start with. Oh, if I talk when they're speaking, then I can't hear what they're saying, and that's actually a thought. But then when you practice that in every conversation that when I practice that in every conversation that I'm invested in, it becomes subconscious. So it's not a thought anymore. So it is a thought, but then again, it isn't a thought. You know what I mean? So when I say these spiritual videos that I watch, they change the way I think. It's also, they change me. I've done it. I've just proved, right, that spiritual videos can actually program the subconscious, because they can. I've just proved it for you. There you have it. Right? And that's what a lot of it is about. It's about programming the subconscious. There was what's her name? I can't remember her name. And I hope no, I didn't leave my window open. Oh, she's so... I find her so attractive, not in like a sexual way, but in like a person-to-person sort of... I'd really like to have that kind of person in my life. I just find her so alluring, you know what I mean? Really alluring. But I can't remember her name. She's on YouTube. She did it was in between 1 and 2 minutes long, this video, and she said she had this positive affirmation, because like, I'll just tell you the affirmation. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Let me try and remember it. I like to have fun. I play and laugh all day long. I like to have fun. I like to have fun. I play and laugh all day long. I like to have fun. Yeah. And what happens is, right, this is a typical example of, well, a positive affirmation, right? It's a typical example of a positive affirmation. And these are there to program the subconscious mind, because it literally rewires your brain into believing that I like to have fun. I play and laugh all day long. I like to have fun. You know, if I kept saying that to myself, I would believe it. In fact, I'm even starting to believe it right now. And I've only said it twice. Well, I haven't only said it twice. I said it yesterday as well. You know what I mean. Well, I think all I've got at, all, the only point I've reached so far is that these YouTube videos, they raise my vibration, right? Step one. Okay, this is how I make my videos. One, I raise my vibration. Slowly but surely, I raise my vibration, right? And really, what it's about is the changes inside me. You know, mostly like weekly changes. But like, I don't know, not all my videos are spiritual, you know, really. But though the spiritual ones, it's how I change weekly, from week to week, you know. Ow. I've deleted the video where I explained this, so I could explain this again. I don't really feel like... No, I want to stick to the very most recent thing that's happened to me. And I've already done that in my other video, it's about how abuse has seriously traumatized me and given me serious mental illness. In fact, what I didn't say in that video is how I believe that, and this is for real, I believe this 100%, is that being in prison and being attacked by the guards many times and having my arm broken almost 3 times, right? What am I saying? Gave me schizoaffective disorder. Literally, the abuse gave me schizoaffective disorder because they locked me up in solitary confinement for 4 months with only 20 minutes in the yard by myself, which is still, I'm sorry bitches, but it's still solitary confinement. So it's solitary confinement 24 hours a day for 4 months. And that was so traumatizing and so stressful that my brain responded by all the neurotransmitters just... My brain just floored it with the dopamine just to keep me alive, just to keep me from committing suicide, you know. Because dopamine is the happy hormone. It's the hormone that makes you feel happy. That's why all the drugs that people do are drugs that produce dopamine in the brain. You know, because it makes you feel happy. That's why people enjoy doing drugs. Got an itch. I'm thinking about something they said in church. She says, I'm about to read the marshmallow. And then the other guy, this is in a cathedral, and the other guy gets up and he goes, fill it. He just says, fill it. Fill it. Before he starts speaking, and like, and when he finished, he says, fill it. I don't know why the fuck they're talking about food. Are they talking about their favourite food? I fuck it, just popped in my head. What the fuck was I talking about before that? Oh shit, I fucked myself up there, haven't I? Okay, it's time to hold space for what I'm saying. Because I fucking forgot. And just see if it comes back, because if it wasn't important, it won't come back. But if it was important, it will come back. Was I talking about the solitary confinement giving me mental illness? Actually gave me schizoaffective disorder. Because, yeah, that was it. Because the happy hormone in the brain, right? And once my brain had the happy hormone, it wanted to keep the fucking happy hormone, and I have to actually take drugs to stop my brain. It's still trying to produce as much happy hormone as it can. Well, no, I'm not as ill as I was, so that's not strictly true per se. But let me just move my hand down here a bit. I don't know. I don't know if I said this in the last video, to be honest. I think I did, so I'm gonna not repeat it. So, I don't know. I think that'll do for a video. So, I will say my goodbyes. So, I don't know. I want to talk some more. I just feel like there's a lot of fucking douchebags out there, isn't there? You know what I mean? You get on a bus and they're all like this, like literally like fucking zombies. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's me. I mean, like when I'm on the bus, I'm talking to myself. Literally, I do. I talk to the people next to me, you know. I don't know if it's because I'm trans. I just throw all the social rules completely out the window, you know, because it's all a crock of shit, you know. You got two people on the bus, right, sat next to each other, fucking chuntering away, and it really pisses you off, right? Or it might not do. It depends. Depends how repressed you are. If I'm talking about how I'm feeling, it depends how repressed I am, yeah? And they may feel the same way about me talking to myself. It might fucking piss them off, you know. But that doesn't mean, bitches, it doesn't mean, right, that I don't have the right to talk to myself on the bus. Because if two people have the right to talk to each other on the bus, I have the right to talk to myself on the bus. And I'm not freaking well having like a whole conversation with myself. It's just like, I might say like, try and think of an example. God, it's hot today, or something like that. You know, it's simple as that, you know. I might make 3, 4, 5 comments on a typical 10-minute bus journey, you know. It's nothing, but everybody else is just like, like they've had some kind of fucking brain damage or something. You know. Try and get that look out your head. You know what I mean? Get some fucking people who seem so fucking dead upstairs. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm actually feeling quite sad because, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're unhappy people, you know, and I'm pretty sure that what keeps them going is that they have, like, a significant other, you know. You know what I mean? Because when you've got someone, it is 10 times harder to get depressed than when you are alone. You know what I mean? 10 times harder. So I think the only thing that keeps them going is the fact they have a significant other. I don't know. But though I think they're very unhappy people. And that's why I like Cambridge, because it's a very happy town. Everyone's very happy. I mean, I don't know, they just are. I think it's because they're just mentally healthy, you know? Maybe not in terms of, like, they have avoided ever getting mental illness, but more like, well, they kind of have avoided depression. You know what I mean? They kind of have. Maybe it's because they're all young. Oh, okay, I'll tell you something, right? That, I can't remember who said it. I can't remember all my school friends from school. They weren't a close school friend. But he says, do you think we'll all be miserable bastards when we're their age? You know, or, well, you know, something like that. And, it really made me think, you know, older people are fucking miserable, you know. I don't know, it's like there's... I mean, I have to put in a disclaimer here, which is that age is just a number, you know. It is. So it's a bit of a grey area, really. You know. But I would say that older people are definitely not as happy as, like, teenagers. For real. I mean, for definite. For definite. Older people are not as happy as teenagers. But, like... Or if you take the happiest teenager... Well, I don't know, because, like, when I was at school, yeah... I'm 43 now. Say when I was about 13... Craig Barnes was happy. Mark Hempsall was happy. Mark Mullin was happy. Andrew Harbison was happy. I mean, it seemed like fucking everybody was happy. Including me, you know. All the girls were happy. Everyone was fucking happy. And you look on this bus and you think, fuck me, these people are fucking miserable. You know. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm gonna change the subject. I can't remember. I got to something about how the dopamine, yeah, the dopamine, and like how like I think what happened was my brain got addicted to its own hormone. That's what happened, because my dopamine levels went as high as really as much dopamine as really the cells could produce, you know. And I got so high that my brain just doesn't want to come down, you know. Pretty much. I don't know. I do know, I'll repeat it again, what I said earlier, which is that being in prison, being in isolation for 4 months, gave me schizoaffective disorder. Literally, that level of abuse, because they say that sensory deprivation, right, is a fancy word for being in a room with no objects in the room, right? Obviously no TV, no radio, no books, nothing like that, and certainly no people, just a person on their own in a room with nothing on the walls, you know, nothing of interest anywhere, will be the most hallucinogenic thing possible, even stronger than LSD, you know what I mean? So, yeah, if you're on a drug like that, you know, it can give you brain damage, you know, which is what I've got. You know, my brain is producing, the cells in my brain are producing too much dopamine, and that's brain damage, you know, of a kind, you know. It's not like, oh, I'm not fucking do that. You know what I'm saying. My brain is kind of broken, you know, and the medication does pretty much put me in a sane, you know, state of mind. And actually, it's relevant that I'm having my injection tomorrow, which is the way I deal with my because it used to be schizoaffective disorder. I'm no longer manic. Now it's just schizophrenia, which is fantastic that the illness is actually healing gradually, you know, and it's my injection tomorrow of my antipsychotic monthly injection. That's all I have. Right. And let's play devil's advocate here, right? If take my sock off. If that stay in prison did give me schizoaffective disorder, and it is actually the trauma of what I went through that is keeping me mentally ill, you know, it does follow that through enough, I don't know, therapy, and I do class these YouTube videos as therapy, you know. What can I say? Then I will get better. I will eventually recover, you know, from the abuse that I went through. It's sad, I know. It's very sad that they did that to me. Very sad. I mean, what I did, I never abused someone so badly that it fucked them up for 6 years. Possibly a few years on top of that, you know what I mean? What I did was completely fucking harmless. It really was. It was just socially unacceptable. Literally. And I fucking hate society. You know what I mean? I fucking hate society. It was just socially unacceptable, that's all. I wasn't hurting anyone. You know. Yeah. just socially unacceptable and locked up for 4 months. It's I'm gonna go into some negative emotions here. You know, I see what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that it was just senseless violence on me. You know, I got caught up in the prison system by just being myself, you know. And I have to be real with myself, you know. Gigi Young said that positivity is actually really what it really is neutrality, you know. It's a balance between, you know, dealing with the negative stuff, not just fucking ignoring it, you know, and being positive as well. Though I am starting to see, I mean, this is actually getting quite similar to the last video that I made. I've got an itch. I've got an itch in an embarrassing place. I have to scratch it. I hope you can't hear me scratching it on the camera. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? I'll just say that I'm starting to realise exactly how badly they fucked me up. And I know that as I heal, you know, in the months that follow the moment that is right now, yeah, I will, or perhaps years, I don't know, I will come to understand more and more the not evil, the hate involved in all the people concerned in literally just fucking me up as much as they could, you know what I mean? Just hate, just the violence, the level of violence that is there. I mean, this is the misconception about prison, that there is no violence. You know, because in society, you're not allowed to hit someone, for example, or stab them or anything like that, right? So the punishment for a crime has to be something non-violent, right? But what people don't understand is the violence of locking someone up in a room that is tiny, you know, with a table and no chair. I just had a little ledge to sit on. I didn't even have a fucking chair. For real. Yeah. A bed and no fucking chair. The level of violence that 4 months of complete isolation causes someone, you know what I mean? It is violence, because violence is something that... Why are people so concerned and obsessed with harm to the body? You know, because when you knock someone out, you know, you're bruising their brain or something, I don't know, you know, and they have to recover from the damage that punch does, you know, and they can, you know, you recover from that. But people are obsessed with damage to the body, and they completely ignore damage to the mind. You know what I mean? And the punishment doesn't fit the crime, because the damage that has been done to the mind is 100, maybe 1,000 times worse than the harm that was done to some passerby or someone, you know. You know what I mean? Who I didn't even have physical contact with. You know what I mean? Yeah. How long have I got? 5 minutes. And it's an alignment exactly. It's exactly aligned, parallel with how people concentrate on physical illnesses such as broken legs and heart murmurs and lung infections, etc. And they don't concentrate on mental health. People don't talk about mental health. You know what I mean? It's the same. People ignoring the mind and concentrating on the body. You know what I mean? It's similar. It comes from a similar place. You know. I guess I'll be bold, yeah. I guess it's hatred, to be honest. I guess people treat prisoners the way they do out of hatred. I don't know, maybe it's ignorance, actually. If I take my own feelings when I was a dick that I would have had towards someone who burgled a house, and I would have thought, yeah, a couple of years in prison, you know, for burgling a house is like a deterrent to them doing it again. It has to be 2 years because it has to be enough of a deterrent to them doing it again. But I see things 100% different now, because what I feel is I now understand, because I've been to prison myself, I understand the emotional damage or torture or whatever of like being locked up in prison. And you know, I think that a lot less than 2 years is enough to really convince someone that they should never ever burglar a house again. You know, prison is such a powerful damager of people, you know what I mean, that it wouldn't take many months for someone to think, fuck me, you know, I am never doing that again. But I think what happens is they leave the prisoners in for so long in prison, you know, over the most trivial of crimes, that they become, because like in the last video, you might want to watch that one, I talked about how damaged I became from my stay in prison. And let me just hold space for what I'm saying. And I feel that what happens is the prisoners become so emotionally damaged that when they get out, the only thing they can do is commit crime. They're too fucked up to be able to go into work. Too fucked up to ever be able to get a job. The mind is gone. Just like mine was, the mind is gone. It doesn't have to be psychosis. It could be post-traumatic stress disorder. It could be whatever mental illness. It could be depression, you know, whatever. Even mental illnesses that people don't know exist yet, you know what I mean? They're too far gone to be able to get a job, so they have to go on the dole, and when they get kicked off the dole, they have to go into crime, you know what I mean? They just have to stay on the dole, you know, because they're too fucked up. We've harmed them too much. You know what I mean? The opinion of like 2 years in prison for like robbing a house, you know, it comes, Yeah, I just feel like smashing my camera, to be honest. To be honest, that's how I feel, because it's fucked up. Anyway, it's 40 minutes, and because it's 40 minutes, I'm gonna end the video. So, I'm gonna not end it in any special way or nothing. I just say goodbye. Because, you know, the video speaks for itself. Everything I've said during this video speaks for itself. That is everything you're going to get out of this video, you know. If I say goodbye, like, nicely, after everything I've said, it's not going to change the things that I've said. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to just say goodbye, and, I don't know. You see, because the thing is, I don't know who's watching. I guess if you've made it to the end of this video, then you are a pretty woke person, so I wish you all the best. So goodbye.